The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Welcome to the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense on the Spartan Media Network.
Throws the home run ball deep. Nick Marsh at the 10-yard line of Maryland. Angles to the right pylon. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. Childs takes a shotgun snap. He'll keep it. He has daylight. He's inside the 5. On his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, MSU. Here we go. Back it comes a little bit of a high snap. The kick is up. And it's good. Yeah! Spartans win.
The Jonathan Smith Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. And Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. And Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartan shopping experience. Now let's join our hosts, Jehuu Caulcrick and the voice of Spartan football, George Blaha.
Thank you, sir, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Coach Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We are live at One North Kitchen and Bar in East Lansing. Happy crowd here. Want to join our audience for any of the MSU Coaches shows? Make your reservation by emailing coachesshows@onenorthdining.com. Coach, the win on Saturday night in double overtime was exciting for me, and I wasn't even there. I was following the game as the night went along. But Jehuu, you were there, buddy, and all those touchdowns you scored, probably not too much excites you, but I can tell you were excited.
You know what? I was when I was done with the broadcast, I had to take a step, and I was like, did I play? I need to hydrate myself because it was that intense there. And one thing that you said, Coach, that really stuck with me in your post-game presser was that was a beautiful football game. And I know from the outside looking in, fans will be like, oh, they need to do this, they need to do that. But if you're a football fan, you got everything, every emotion that you could have, the ups, downs, 7, lead changes, 6 ties. Talk about that in the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, yeah, to start with, that atmosphere was awesome. Our crowd, student section, the place is packed. It's a beautiful night weather-wise. But like you said, the back and forth, the competition of it between really, I think, 2 pretty good football teams. You had 2 quarterbacks playing pretty well. And again, just like you're mentioning, yeah, we want to do some things better on defense to affect that guy and this and that. But to back and forth, lead changes, one team's up at halftime, take the lead again, answer back, goes to the tie at the end of regulation, go into overtime. They match scores in the first one, and then obviously us finishing the thing in the second with a 2-point play. A lot of that just for what I think. I'm a lover of football. I thought it was a beautiful thing.
When you think about at the country club, for instance, the 2 best golfers going head to head, it seemed like that coaching matchup would have been a dream. You got 2 coaches with premier records. Bill O'Brien's no joke at Boston College, and they certainly have players. You've reloaded up here beautifully, and had to be fun to coach against him.
Yeah, and
especially
it was
when you beat him.
Yeah, exactly. When you win the game, but there was the game within the game. First half, getting a look at things going in at halftime. I think about us defensively, they had some success for a couple of reasons. In the first half, we go in, regroup. That side of the ball holds them to 6 points in the second half, gave us a chance to be around it. And the schematics from them defensively, what they were trying to accomplish, we're trying to accomplish, and now being able to watch it back, there was a lot of good football going on.
Adjustments supreme, I'm sure. And if he doesn't make good adjustments, they're in trouble. If you don't make good adjustments, you were in trouble. That's probably why I went to the wire.
It did. Everyone's making adjustments at the same time. A lot of it, you're still trying to create matchups one-on-one, and you're a player against there, and some of that took place, protection, route running. But then, some of the challenges we were getting from them, boundary side, flooding it in the pass game, the ball, quarterback doing a nice job getting the ball out quick, so that, lightens the, that you want to pressure when the ball's coming out. And so we got away from that. And then they had a couple of places where they held the ball a little longer. Then you're wishing you were a blitz. And so there was just back and forth schematically throughout the night.
Yeah. And Coach, let's talk towards that, because I feel every team needs a game like this, a game where you have to battle, where you see the true will. And we talked about it in the post-game show, and, something that stuck out, the heart of your team. And it's coming early in week 2. How important is it for your team to face adversity like that and see how they battle back?
Yeah, it's great to see. It's important. I think I described this kind of as a growth game. You think about last year and some of those games, I just don't know if we were equipped last year to finish the way we did in the double overtime like that. And so hopefully that's showing some growth, and then we got to continue to grow and improve. Thinking our guys will add to their confidence level. We don't always got to play your best, but when your best is needed. I think about us offensively in overtime, needed to start the thing with the drive, go right down and score, and then obviously answering back when they had take the momentum back, because they had put really 2 touchdowns together for us to go punch it in and then finish with a 2-point play. You want to gain and grow with your confidence, and we should, coming off that performance.
Aiden Childs continues to get better and better, and you've known him since he was in high school when you were recruiting him for Oregon State. So talk a little bit about his growth, Coach.
Yeah, he played really well in the game. I think he does continued growth, not putting the ball at jeopardy. I think this is his 5th straight game with not throwing an interception. If you'd go back to the last 3 from last year, I thought he put his on his back a little bit, especially in those 3rd down scrambles in the second half to go and get the thing. Being smart with the football. He does have a couple guys to throw it to. I thought Nick Marsh early on takes the slant. It's 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. We call a 5-yard route. He catches about 5 yards and he carries everybody into the end zone. The guy's
that was amazing.
Oh, it's phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, it's just how shows his strength beyond just he can catch the ball, catching radius, how strong he is. That was huge. Amari, and a couple hiccups early on, right? Putting the ball on the ground on the punt return, but he came up huge for us on the 3rd down and down the field. And so there was just a lot to like in the passing game. And I still think we got more to us. But back to Aiden, his decisions, accuracy, running the ball, and then finishing the deal in overtime.
Yeah, and so back to Aiden Childs, and something that I know George and I were speaking yesterday on the phone, and I said to George about what I saw from the growth side of Aiden is he knows when he has to put the cape on to be Superman, and he knows when he can be Clark Kent.
No.
From and he's done a great job of, there's a play called and going in there and checking out of it to put the team in the best position. That's being Clark Kent. Hey, this is not what's supposed to be. Let's hand the ball off. Let's let one of our other playmakers do it. But then when things break down and he has to make that scramble like he did spinning around, that's putting the cape on.
Superman.
Yeah. I think another rep of that is the first overtime. We get down, it's 3rd and 2. I actually call a play with more of a quick hitting. The 1st and 2nd progression is not open. He sat right there in the pocket, didn't just bail out and take off. He hits Amari right over the middle, turns into 1st and goal, and then turns into Jay Coyne for a touchdown. That rep where he sat in the pocket, went through a progression, and threw a strike right over the middle of the field is another example of that.
The Jay Coyne touchdown.
I
mean, that lifts
fun,
everybody's spirits
that
loves the green and white and just loves competition and walk-on kid, does whatever is necessary to help the team.
Yep.
I'm sure he's thinking, man, I got to make this catch because they're giving me a shot right here.
And he's been catching it.
A very tight game.
It was awesome. The day after the game, he's showing highlights of the game, talking to the team and all that. And so when the guys knew what play was, so even before I pressed play, we were in the formation in the red zone. The whole team is jumping and hollering.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, everybody's celebrating them.
Rewarding the fullback.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you have a team.
I'm all in on that.
Kudos to the coaching staff. And as far as Aiden Childs, he did throw for 4 TDs, 270 yards of offense. He had a 3-yard TD in double overtime, and he was the Big Ten co-offensive player of the week. And On defense, Jordan Hall with a career-high 15 tackles, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. We got to talk about Jordan just a little bit here.
Yeah, another solid game. He played really well in week 1. Follows it up in week 2, creates an early turnover. That was a massive play, right? We had given him the ball, great field position. His effort and tackling and turns it into a turnover there at the goal line. Did a nice job throughout. I go back again defensively. First half needed a couple of adjustments to get on the same page, and we did that. And Jordan's a huge part of all the communication, physicality, running the show on defense.
Amazing. And the special teams, well, we're going to bring on a weapon to end all weapons later in the show. Ryan Eckley named the Ray Guy Award National Punter of the Week. You also found yourself a place kicker with long range. How about that? The first field goal he's ever asked to kick is in a tight game, big crowd, 50-yarder. Didn't seem to phase him, did it?
It didn't. He went out there and he banged it through. I remember vividly, we're sitting there, it was third down, and we're right on that fringe. This is a long kick if we go nowhere, and what are we going to do? We're just going to go for this. And so what I think we threw incomplete, turn to the special teams coach. Does he got this? And they're like, yeah. So he goes right out there, doesn't bat an eye, and he smoked that thing. That wasn't like just barely over. He smoked it.
He had more, didn't he?
Yeah. And it was a huge kick. I mean, it tied the game at that point, and then he had later the kick to give us the lead in the fourth quarter. Special teams, I know we're going to talk to Eckley, but also Alante Brown on those 2 kickoff returns showing up big for us, especially the second one crossing the 50 all the way down the 30. We punched that in for 7. So special teams was a huge factor in the game.
Yeah, and he's done a good job as a gunner, too, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Gives effort out there and does it.
Yeah, so back to Alante Brown, and I was so happy for a kid like him
100%.
Who's a receiver and comes in and say, hey, I'll do whatever it takes to help us win, and he goes out there and have that day. Talk about, how, you play quarterback, how much easier is it for an offense when you're in plus territory when you start your drive?
Oh, yeah, you're already feeling like you got momentum, and for us, him, kickoff return like that, he's good at it, obviously, but also what he contributes to the team. You mentioned other phases of special teams, still have great confidence offensively. He's not getting a ton of snaps currently on offense. He's still building that repertoire, and we got some other guys, but you talk about a team guy, leader that'll do anything for the team. That is Alante Brown.
Great victory at Spartan Stadium on Saturday night. Frankly, you'll want to join us for the Michigan Sports Brief every weekday on all of our Spartan Sports Network affiliates, presented by Frankenmuth Insurance. Find a local independent agent near you by visiting www.fmins.com. This is the Jonathan Smith Radio Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Welcome back to the Coach Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Let's check out now our Spartan Player of the Week. Tune in on Dalton Shetler. Take it away, Dalton.
Tonight's Michigan State Player of the Week is number 2, Aiden Childs. The junior quarterback from Long Beach, California did it all, tallying up 5 touchdowns on the day with his arm and legs to propel the Spartans past Boston College, while converting the game-winning 2-point conversion.
They're going to go I formation. Frazier will dot the I. Play action. Childs in the pocket with time. Uncorks one. Deep downfield. He's got Nick Marsh in the end zone. Touchdown Spartans. A 41-yard bomb. Childs in the gun. They send Tolis out in motion. Childs, design keeper, right up the middle. He's in. Touchdown Spartans. They've tied it up in double overtime. Childs went in the gun. Now he's going to go under center. Brings in the receivers close to the line. Belling in motion left to right. Play action. Rolling right. Looking across now to the near side. Omari Kelly. Yes! Touchdown Spartans! Oh my, Omari! And the Spartans storm the field. The players rush from the sideline. 42-40. That's your ball game. Michigan State win. The dual threat quarterback threw 19 for 29, good for 231 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, while running for a gain of 68 yards and a touchdown as well. Mark it. In the last 5 games, Childs has 10 touchdown passes and 0 picks. And his efforts against the BC Eagles earn him Big Ten Co-Offensive Player of the Week as well. Spartan fans, give it up. Your Michigan State Player of the Week, Aiden Childs.
Nice job, Dalton. And nice job, Aiden Childs, as we've already said. He gets better and better, and there's still more improvement that's possible, isn't there, Coach?
Oh, no question. There's plays on there and situations that come up and techniques we've talked about it. And then there's improvement for the other 10 guys that are out there with them. You know, we're looking at the O-line, and I think we did some good things in the run game. We've got to get our hands inside. I look at how many we distributed to 8 different receivers, 8 different guys caught balls, you know, and those guys continue to make strides. So there's always areas for improvement in this, you know, this competition, these week in and week out, we get into this conference play. We're going to need to continue to improve.
Sure. Starting with the 2025 football season, this one, folks, One North Kitchen and Bar is your game day location for away game watch parties. Join us to watch Spartan football, listen to the game day radio hosts as they break down the game. When you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local teams across this great Midwest, from big league stadiums to the neighborhood ball field. Learn more at Meijer.com/community. We are live from Lansing with the head coach of the Spartans, Jonathan Smith. Our show presented by Auto Owners Insurance. This is the Jonathan Smith Radio Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Billy.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
Labatt and Game Day, the perfect combo for football, friends, and a little friendly fire.
Nice jersey. Guess they were out of adult sizes.
Labatt is the beer that's there for every good-natured jab, every ridiculous comeback, because with friends, roasting each other is just another way to say,
you're an idiot, but I love you.
Labatt, brewed for the roast. Always enjoy responsibly.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go.
Run, James!
No. First base.
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest, from some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
We are back live on the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Time now for Alumni Hall Trivia. Today's winner will get tickets to the next home game, plus a gift certificate, a gift card to Alumni Hall. Thank you for participating in Alumni Hall Trivia. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. Here's the question, folks, and anybody in our studio audience can get up to this microphone if they know the answer. The Spartans played in their sixth double overtime game ever by beating Boston College 42-40 this past weekend. Who is the last team the Spartans defeated in double overtime?
Oh, I know it, George.
Anybody in our audience knows that? Jay, you probably could get some stuff at Alumni Hall just for give them a smile. So I don't know if we want to give you a shopping card over there. The Spartans played in their sixth double overtime game. They beat BC 42-40 this past weekend. Who's the last team Michigan State beat in double overtime?
Notre Dame.
No, sir.
That was a good one. 2005 Notre Dame game there. That was a good one.
He walked up to that microphone like he had it, and he did have an answer.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the last time.
Yeah.
So, he's got a better idea.
Yeah.
By the way, you got to tell us who you are and how old you are and where you're from.
Georgia.
And first name?
No, that was his answer.
Oh, Georgia.
Georgia was his answer.
Oh, Georgia's not right either.
It's not your fault. It's that guy's fault right there. Yeah. Don't take the blame on that one, kid.
His dad fed him two potential answers. I didn't think it was a boy named Georgia, but Johnny Cash had the boy named Sue.
Tim Solvey from Rochester Hills, Michigan.
No, sir. Thanks for taking a swing at it.
We lost against Michigan in that. It was triple overtime.
Okay, we got another person taking a swing at it here.
Sherry from Holt, Indiana.
No, that's about 6 no's now.
Hey, if we keep getting more no's, I'm going to answer and get the tickets. Spartan football is the hottest ticket in town right now.
Trevor from Farmington Hills, Wisconsin in 2022.
You got it.
Oh, there you go.
Homecoming. Peyton Thorne hit Jaden Reed, now a Green Bay Packer. I know you don't like him because he threw a touchdown against the Lions on Sunday for the game-winning TD, but Jaden Reed represents Michigan State extremely well in the NFL. So come on back up when the show's over. We'll get the information and give you the shopping card. Thanks for participating in Alumni Hall Trivia. Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartans shopping experience. The only colors in your wallet. With an MSU FCU Visa credit card, you'll have the right colors, featuring the iconic Spartan helmet. Earn cash back on every purchase and show your pride with every swipe. Visit msufcu.org today. MSU Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. Let's talk about the defense now, Coach. The offense did some amazing things, but the defense got it done when they had to, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And we mentioned Jordan Hall playing really well. You think about Armarian Smith, start and the finish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Early on, he gets the fumble recovery.
Yeah.
But Jordan, got out and then come up huge on that 2-point play attempt. The guy's been playing a bunch for us these first two games, and it's been great to see him kind of flying around. I thought defensively we did a nice job against the run game. Again, it starts with stopping the run. We wanted to come in here and do that. We got him to be one-dimensional pretty much, and then now we got to just take it another step against a passing game that was pretty effective and all that. But I thought the guys played pretty with great effort, went against a good quarterback. I think about the run game and Van Sumeren, and again, steady Eddie, solid, being in the spot, helped us a huge amount, taking away a lot of that run game and holding the team that was moving it pretty good in the first half to 6 points in the second half. That was a great effort. 2
field goals, that's all BC had after the intermission. And Dylan Lonergan threw a lot of not difficult passes, so those were relatively easy catches. So your secondary is not going to intercept too many of those quick outs.
Yeah, when they're throwing it quick and all that, we definitely want to play tighter coverage. And there's whatever we're in man-to-man, we want to be tighter, contesting some of that. We're in zone coverage. We are just a little over dropping some of the time, too soft in coverage, having our eyes in the right spot so we can quickly react. We want to be better at that area. And I want to give some credit to that. We've already talked about the scheme. The quarterback played pretty well throughout the night, and you're going to run across that in this league and this, playing big time ball. When a quarterback's playing well, you still got to find a way to keep fighting. And I thought our defense did it, especially in the second half.
And those are corrections you can make as in practice as the season wears on, right?
Without question. You're always trying to learn in that, but we got to play it better. And again, same thing. We got to be able to affect the passer, whether he's throwing it quickly or not, because not every pass attempt was quick. Now, I mean, think about that play action shot. We were just talking about it right down in the middle of the field. We got to get around the quarterback now and allowing him that much time. So, rush and coverage go together, and we want to take a step in both those areas.
Your defensive player of the game was Alex Van Sumeren. And it's great to have him healthy and playing at a high level.
It is, and we're asking him a lot in regards to their movement. We are rotating the D-line, no question, but he's playing a lot of snaps in regards to we're asking him to be in the 3 technique. Sometimes he's his nose, sometimes you got to loop out, all of that, and getting into the backfield. Oftentimes it's not just about making the tackle in the backfield, whether the quarterback or whatever, but pushing the pocket into the quarterback. But it starts with stopping the run, and he's one of our best.
Yeah, Coach, talk about stopping the run. The Spartans have done a tremendous job week 1, holding Western to 29 yards rushing. This week, holding Boston College to, I think, like 40-something or 60 yards rushing.
Yep.
So with the pass there, I know you want to get pressure on the quarterback, especially Lonergan, with that. How is it frustrating when you can't get that pressure on the quarterback, and when you finally do, you have that I think questionable roughing the passer call there. But how frustrating is that?
It can be, especially if you're a pass rusher, right? You're getting close, and then the ball comes out. That's why I'm back to the rush and coverage being together. We need to cover tightly enough to where he's holding the ball a little bit longer. And then, you'd mentioned the penalty. We gave him 2. Third down, we were getting off the field. We got 2 penalties that extended drives, turned into points for him. So we got to make sure, again, bang, bang plays. We need to play fast, physical through the echo of the whistle defensively. But those definitely cost us those penalties on third down.
Coach, when you look at your team and what you need to add, you knew you needed a place kicker coming into this season. You guys had already recruited Martin Connington from Idaho. And what did you see in him early, and how excited was he to go to Michigan State? Was there ever a chance he might not come here?
Right. And, we've been recruiting for multiple years now. This recruiting thing, you start when they're pretty young, and had a ton of talent, built relationships through it. And then he got here, and he was here last year, redshirted for us. And then really I go all the way back to spring ball, where it was Tarek and him kind of kicking, replacing, a pretty good kicker last year.
Yeah.
And so those guys actually competed really well in the spring. We were feeling confident with both guys coming out of it. That's why we didn't maybe go chase another one kind of in the portal thing. Just both of them, Martin and Tarek, through in August, they just had been limited or could not go through most of the month. And so we weren't really certain where this was at. And then for Martin to come through like he did on the longer one, the first game he's been available, he wasn't available in week 1. And so hopefully moving forward, he's healthy and confident, and we're still anxious to get Tarek back when he's healthy.
Maybe a little shout out to Blake Sislow when you
100%.
had to have somebody to do the job, and he did do the job.
He did. Not just the game of extra points when he was kicking them all, week 1, even all the work he got done in August. So we're still practicing. It's not just about field goals here. We're talking kickoffs. We got to practice that on both sides, whether we're kicking off or kickoff return. We need someone placing it back there. So Blake's was a huge part, and will continue to be a huge part during the week.
Young man from Dexter, Michigan, who was at Davenport, came in here and had some pressure on him to get it done, and he did. In a few moments, we'll talk with the best punter in America, Ryan Eckley. His numbers are absolutely outstanding. More from the Jonathan Smith Radio Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance, in just one moment here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Farm Bureau Insurance invites you inside the green for an exclusive dinner with basketball coach Tom Izzo. This unique experience includes a private dinner for one winner and 3 guests with Coach Izzo. The winner also receives a private tour of the Breslin Center, an autographed basketball from Coach, tickets to a future home game, and more. For more details and to register, visit InsideTheGreenSweeps.com. Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of Michigan State Athletics.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics. So crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Thank you for joining us for the Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We are here live from One North Kitchen and Bar, East Lansing, for all the Spartan Coaches radio shows. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Next up, all you'd want in a special teams guy, a great punter who also handles some other chores occasionally. A 2-year letter winner from Lithia, Florida, Ryan Eckley. One of the best punters in the nation throughout his career, a freshman All-American in 23, led the Big Ten in punting last season, and he's just been outstanding this season. Has 3 punts down at the 1-yard line and 1 down at the 2, and yet averages huge numbers as a punter. I got all kinds of questions that relate to your golf game. There might be a little golf on your mind, the way you were able to stop that pigskin inside the 5 and all that. But, Coach, I just want to ask you for starters, what kind of a weapon is this guy?
It's a massive weapon to be able to flip the field position wise, but also not the placement. Let's face it, you start offensively when you're in your own goal line, and for this guy to be able to do it multiple times now inside the 5, down to the 1, and all that. I believe he's about to talk about too. He's getting a little help, right? We got some coverage going on. You got a true freshman snapper's been phenomenal for him and all that. But this guy, the punt unit led by him, has been a huge weapon.
Yeah, Ryan, first, that reception, no punter's ever got a reception like that here before, so you're doing something right. First, and thanks again for joining us tonight. Let's talk a little bit about, because people come to me and we talk about the punting game, and they're like, he hangs onto the ball so long. And then, Coach Smith talked about, assessing the punt, and you're giving your gunners time to get down there. Talk a little bit about the science behind that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just trying to give our guys the best opportunity we can to pin opponents deep, kind of like Coach talked about the percentages of starting on your own goal line or inside your 5. Defensively, we're setting up our team the best we can to make stops and, create complementary football for our defense to make stops, and then our offense go make plays and score in return. And, special teams plays a part in all of that. So holding on to the ball, giving our gunners more time to get down there, helps me punt the ball and put the ball so they can stop it inside the 5.
I mean, there's some recognition that goes on now. You're not going to hold it all the time if they're rushing, and so you got to be able to catch. And see the rush, how far, and how many guys they're bringing?
Yeah, absolutely. It's pre-snap assessment, kind of see what they're looking like, if they're going to rush or if they're in a punt-safe look, and then if we're holding on to the ball longer, just if guys are getting through our blocks or if we're holding our blocks well, I can take my time and let our guys get down there.
How much better are you now than when you first set foot on this Michigan State campus? I presume it's significant, but You had to have a game when you got here to be able to be doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's night and day. I mean, I got here as a 17-year-old when I early enrolled after my senior year, and I feel like I've made some pretty big strides in, how I've been able to punt the ball and my confidence within punting, especially in, full team periods or even games. It's really just the mental confidence part of it as well as the physical ability to punt the ball has come a long way.
And Ryan, something I love, you're talking about confidence, and something I love about you is the confidence that you have when you go out there. And there's a guy that put punters on the map in Pat McAfee, and after you had a couple of your punts, you did the McAfee walk and then the little pitching wedge there. Talk about how much fun are you having out there, and how confident are you? Because that's not luck when the ball bounces at the 5 and rolls and curves out of bounds at the 2. Talk about what goes into that and the confidence you have in yourself and your team.
Yeah, a lot of it's confidence just with the repetitions we've put in as a unit and as a team. I mean, we've come all spring, summer, and fall camp working on it. So, I mean, I got a lot of trust in my guys. And then individual confidence really is just going out there, having fun, and trying to do your thing, which is where the celebration part comes from. We're just having fun.
And, Coach, I asked you in the post-game show, did you see his celebration? Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did watch it, yeah. That was part of the team meeting, too. We were showing a little bit of that. The guys enjoyed it, which is, it is. You guys have success. They put so much into this thing, all right, and how much they work, and then the atmosphere that is Spartan Stadium, for those guys to enjoy that and celebrate a little bit. I do think it's great. I want to ask though, a little on you showed the pitching wedge celebration looking thing. What is the golf game does it translate to punting? I mean, you're a big time golfer and all that. Is there anything that does translate over?
Yeah, 100%. Kicking and really, or punting and kicking really especially. I mean, the similarities between golf and kicking and punting are kind of just the exact same. It's crazy. Like the backspin on balls, swing path, coming over the top, the ball's going to go left. Really, the way you make contact, the ball's going to spin certain ways. It's just like golf. So kicking in college has kind of taken my obsession with golf to the next level.
Ryan, when you want to stop a golf shot somewhere around the green or some part of the green, you really better have a 7, 8, 9 iron or a different kind of wedge. You look, when you hit those long punts and stop them inside the 5, you're like hitting a 3-wood, smashing it and getting them to stop. Tell me about how you managed to do that.
Yeah, a lot of it too. We talked about his gunner play, them getting down there, but the backspin part of it is just footballs aren't circular. They spin in weird ways, and sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes it's, the angles. I could lie and tell you it's about the angle of the way I punt it, but a lot of it could be luck on some of these backspin 50, 60-yard punts. But no, it's great. I mean, we've had a really good job of our gunners getting down there and putting the whole unit together.
And also too, Michigan State's had a tradition of good punters back from when I played, Brandon Fields, and then there was, Mike Sadler, Bryce Behringer, and I think it was the first game of the year. You walked on the Spartan Walk. You had the Sadler, number 3 shirt on there. Talk about what you knew of Sadler. You had a relationship with him, and what it means to you punting at Michigan State, being you're doing the same thing that he was so good at and having the similar personality as Sadler had.
Yeah, I mean, the Sadler story is really special. Karen Sadler and I have gotten pretty close over my tenure here, and being able to build that relationship and be a part of going to the Mike Sadler Foundation camps and being around all of that and seeing the impact it's had on the community is really special to me, just to be involved. I mean, I've heard the stories, and I didn't know Mike personally, but so being able to see the impact he's had on all of Spartan Nation and the whole community, and being able to wear his jersey on a Spartan Walk and see the kind of impact that has on people is really special.
That's great stuff, Ryan. How do you stay fresh during practice and throughout the week, especially now that you're taking on the additional role of kicking off?
Yeah, it's just rep control, not overdoing it. We've kind of found the sweet spot of how many balls to kick, whether that's 50 punts on one day and then toning it down the next day, and same thing with kickoffs, maybe like 2 or 3, just because it's a more violent physical movement. We've really just kind of pieced together the perfect practice schedule just to keep everybody fresh and healthy.
And I got to ask you this: your punters these days, many are holders, but that's a very, very important job as well. So you got a little pressure on you there. And I know you're trying to feel the snap, and there's sometimes guys rushing from the edges and all that. You're very comfortable with it now. Were you always comfortable as a holder?
It's one of those things that I just kind of try to pick up. I didn't do it in college because I kicked in high school. I didn't do it in high school because I kicked.
Yeah.
So learning it in college was really just to get the feel for it. We've built a great relationship with our snappers. I work every single day with Jack Wills and Caden Schickle, just kind of building that feel of, what kind of snaps they throw, the spin, all that stuff. And we've really gotten it dialed now to where I'm at a certain distance and I know their snap's going to be in the same spot every time.
And so let's piggyback off that, and because for other position players, if I'm a running back and I'm watching film on my opponent, okay, I'm looking at the linebackers, I'm looking at the secondary, try to identify what they do on blitzes and everything like that. So talking X's and O's here, George alluded to that the snaps, and you were talking about the timing and everything like that. Let's get the nitty gritty here, because so people know there's more substance to punting and kicking the ball about the time their guys timing the snap to you, hang time, so it gives your guys time to go there. Talk the nitty gritty when you watch film. What do you look for in an opposing return team?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pre-snap assessment on where pressures may come from, what kind of pressures they send, whether that's guys looping over each other, crossing, delayed blitzes, if you will, from the secondary. And it's kind of just something that we watch a lot in film and then kind of prep for, whether that means we have to audible to something else or give them a different look. And then, like the hang time part of it and the operation time from snap to kick, we're really looking to get it in that 2-second range, and the hang time, the 4.5 to plus range, which gives our gunners, 6.5 seconds to get down there and run hopefully 50, 60 yards, which they've done a great job of so far. And we're just, trying to get that timing down of the snap to the kick to where our gunners can be to beat their guys on the alignments we've seen from them in previous weeks.
Sharp guy, very talented, and I don't think Jonathan would trade him for any punter anywhere else in the country.
No doubt.
Maybe a couple of them in the pros you might not want to
seriously
trade Ryan for. You're doing it all. We really appreciate it in Spartan Nation.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Hey, if there's anybody in today's NIL day, this is a great representative for your brand right here. A guy like Ryan Eckley,
exactly.
His personality, his character. Sign this guy up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan, for all you do. The Jonathan Smith Show is presented by Auto Owners Insurance. We'll be back with more after a break here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Miss Billy.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU football games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU football. Let's go Spartans! SeatGeek.
Vanity Fair calls BritBox a delicious streamer. Collider says everyone should be watching. Catch Britain's next best series with BritBox. Stream acclaimed new originals like Code of Silence.
You read lips, right?
And Linley, based on the best-selling mystery series.
Say hi, Linley. Take it from here.
And don't miss the new season of Karen Piri coming this October.
You don't look like police. I'll take that as a compliment.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox. Watch with a free trial today.
O'Reilly! Save now on the products you need for your vehicle at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Mix and match O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner or O'Reilly Carburetor Cleaner and get 2 cans for $7. Our professional parts people can help you find all the parts and supplies you need for your vehicle. Visit your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome back. Auto Owners Insurance presents the Jonathan Smith Show. Hey, Spartan fans, Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood drive. Show up to donate blood, help your school win $1 million for the student or community health. Score a limited edition Michigan State tee and save lives. That's the bottom line. Go to big10.org/Abbott to get in the game. You know, Ryan Eckley and all the people on special teams are a close-knit group, but your team seems so tied together right now. And, you know, coaches work at that. It's not like it just happens.
Yeah.
And my hat's off to you in that way. These guys want to win for each other, don't they?
And I just think it makes it better. We spend a lot of time together, and yeah, we put, especially in August, putting some work in to connecting, knowing each other. These guys are spending time outside of the building together. And I always kind of use the mantra, and I think it was true Saturday night, is like, I think celebrations after big wins in the locker room with guys that you're connected with and know are even better. And that definitely was Saturday night.
You talk about celebration, and I saw a video online that they pulled back the Rose Bowl year, Rich Homie Quan type of way, and they were dancing and celebrating. Did you get in on that?
I did not. You know, yeah, but those guys are having a ton of fun. I'm not saying I never will, but those guys would show me up a little bit on the dance thing.
And you said that sometimes you lead the team out of the tunnel onto the field, and sometimes you don't. People keep bringing that up. I thought you made a great answer. Hey, if I try to be the fastest sprinter out there.
Yeah, it's a safety thing to start with, right? I'm about to get run over. I will say we talk about player-led around here, so we got our captains out at front. I did go out on this one. I just wanted to get a feel, kind of the atmosphere and all of that. So I'm just going to make it a game time decision with whether I'm out close to the front or toward the back. It's not a huge deal, I don't think.
Could you tell when you first stepped on the field that this crowd was going to really help you?
Well, I felt it in pregame. I thought the place was going to be jumping. I knew it was going to be a lot of people there where the student section would go in, big game, national television, the whole broadcast going. So I kind of anticipated that when we ran out that it was going to be a buzz, and it was.
Yeah.
This Spartan Nation has been great over the years. They've been treated to some great football when Coach Mark D'Antonio, the all-time winningest coach here, was in charge. We should talk a little bit about Coach D because he's going in the Michigan State Athletics Hall of Fame on Friday night. 3 Big Ten titles, a number of wins against the school down the road, and he's already in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and a big weekend for him to get inducted here. I think it's kind of unique. You talk about we're playing Youngstown State. He spent some time as a coach there at Youngstown State on the defensive staff.
Under Coach Tressel.
Yeah, with Coach Tressel and him. And I will just say on Coach D's part, he has been awesome since I have arrived in regards to coming by practice, long conversations with him. He's shooting me texts. He texted me after the game, and I knew he was coming this weekend. So we're looking forward to connecting with him. And he's a legend.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had the opportunity to play for him his first year here. And I saw the foundation he was building here. And I want to say, sitting back and looking, talking to a bunch of other guys that played under him, there's a lot of similarities in the foundation that you're building here. And you talk about the closeness of the team and, those things there. So I want to give you your props as well for those foundation that you're building here.
Yeah, we're on the foundation level, not quite to his level. We got a lot of ways to go there. I do think, though, we're similar in that we do believe that there's some importance in accountability and doing it together, the physicality you play with, home field advantage, where we're recruiting. He's been huge in just advising some of that in regards to the state of Michigan and the driving distance, and he flourished at this place with that approach.
When you take over somewhere miles and miles and miles from where you grew up and where you were very successful as a coach, it certainly has to help to have the all-time winningest coach solidly in your corner, not just paying you a little lip service and going back home.
Totally. He has helped. He's answered the phone. He's been around, and I appreciate him greatly.
Well, be there on Friday night if you can be, folks. Coach D, the all-time winningest coach here, is going in the Spartan Athletics Hall of Fame. And while we're at it, let's give a shout-out to the other people who go in the Athletics Hall of Fame 2025 class. Tony Keys from men's soccer, Corey Muster from volleyball, Carolyn Powers from women's golf, Nick Simmons from wrestling, and Sam Vincent, men's basketball, a Lansing native from Eastern High, and his big brother Jay Vincent was a heck of an NBA pro, and Sam played in the NBA as well. So as we look at this Youngstown State team, they've had success in the past. We know that. Jim Tressel was a head coach there. They're 25th now in their coaches poll, and they have. You had to have seen this guy on film. I have not seen him yet. He kind of blows me away with his numbers.
Oh, the quarterback?
Bo Brungard.
Yeah.
His dad was a good passing quarterback for Youngstown, but his rushing numbers are off the charts. 409 yards and 6 touchdowns overall. 10 carries for 264 last week. And he's not a moose. He's 6 feet 215. So it's not like he's just running over people.
No, he's a really good player. And you're talking about, for 2 games, he's leading the FCS in both those stats. He's rushing yards, total yards, touchdowns. And he's coming from a program that this is a proud program now. And you're talking about they won 4 national championships. You mentioned the coaches that have come through here. So they got our full attention with the quarterback that dynamic. He's got a couple of guys he can throw the ball to, and that both those guys at receiver are returners in the kickoff and punt return game. So they've been scoring a bunch of points. They have yet to turn the thing over in 2 games. They're leading a +5 turnover margin, and after 2, that's winning football. So they got our full attention.
Yeah, and first question is, have you ever had 264 yards in a game rushing?
No, not even close.
I guarantee you he's had more than that as a passer.
Right,
though.
exactly.
You don't set school records at Oregon State. We didn't have a couple above that.
So with a quarterback like that, that's he can run the ball, but he can also throw the football.
Yeah.
How do you're especially your secondary without creeping up to trying to bite on the run and stuff like that? How do you teach discipline, eye control?
Yeah, it's both those terms. I mean, you got to play discipline in your coverage. If you're in coverage, you stay in coverage until you know the ball's past the line of scrimmage. They do a lot formationally. You're going to get some motion. They play with pace sometimes, so they're going to be back on the line of scrimmage, trying to create that lack of discipline or bad eyes out of the defense. And so then you got to account for the quarterback in the run game. So motion's going across, whether he's handed to the back, he's going to spit it out to a receiver. He's going to run it himself. We got to play discipline defense.
Well, the most important thing you said was they have our attention.
Oh, yeah.
After a win like that.
And that's why I appreciate
be ready for next week.
Yeah. I've really 2 days of practice. These guys have been locked in, gone back to work. We understand, we're going to play a game on Saturday. We put it to rest on Sunday. We learn from it and go, and then we're on to the next opponent. I fully anticipate our guys coming out with great excitement and playing well on Saturday.
We are live with head coach Jonathan Smith. Our show is presented by Auto Owners Insurance, and this is the Jonathan Smith Radio Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
We're back with more Spartan football on the Jonathan Smith Radio Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Every Sparty knows everybody needs a timeout every now and then. Why not take yours at the beach? Myrtle Beach is home to 60 miles of warm, sandy beach, over 2,000 restaurants, and much more. Enter now for your chance to win your very own beach break getaway. Compliments of Visit Myrtle Beach. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com, MSU, to enter. Your ultimate beach break is just a click away. Some final comments from Coach Smith in just one moment here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Boss, mind your business, Billy. The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Join us, fans, on the 13th of September. Michigan State takes on Youngstown State in our inaugural Ag Day celebration presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Celebrate agriculture in the state of Michigan with us at the Meyer Fan Fest. Coach, great win. Now, as you said, you got to move your attention to the next guys on the schedule, Youngstown State. They have had some very good football teams and very good coaches, and I expect them to come in here pumped for a chance to make some noise and turn some heads.
No question. I think everyone who comes in, we're playing that you're expecting their best, and we're going to need to be able to answer that. And it starts at the line of scrimmage. We got to be able to do some good things there in regards to the run game and defending the run. And then ultimately, I want to continue to improve. Right, last week we got some things we can improve on, whether we're talking us in the run game and the penalty side, pass defense, some of those things. I want that to be able to show up this Saturday. Looking forward to being back at home. Looking forward to a 3:30 kick. I think all of us are.
Thank
and
you.
So, excited to see Spartan Nation back out at 3:30. Beautiful weather is anticipated. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Want a coach who tells it like it is. You came to the right place. Thank you, Coach Smith.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jehuu Caulcrick. Chris Ordaway is our engineer. Matt Conteros, Venezuela, our producer. Gage Dansby, our video stream, and our player guest, of course, was Ryan Eckley. Great to have him with us. Don't fumble your game day plans. One North Kitchen and Bar tailgate packages are touchdowns every time. Call them at 517-900-4MSU or visit onenorthdining.com today. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to The Jonathan Smith Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Jonathan Smith Show is also brought to you by MSU FCU. Spartan fans dream big with MSU Federal Credit Union. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. And Michigan's premier motor coach company. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. And Alumni Hall, your ultimate Spartan shopping experience. The Jonathan Smith Show has been a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time on this network station for all the action of Michigan State Spartan football, a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.